Well, what is up, all of you Ugnaughts and Jawas out there, and welcome back to Mando Talk. This is a live stream, though, coming to you straight up live from studio. Zach's coming through hologram. That's what I like to say because this is a Star Wars show. And we're going to talk news tonight. But before we get there, we appreciate those of you maybe out there that are here with us live. We appreciate those of you that are re-watching this on the playback, regardless of when you're catching us. We really appreciate. If you are watching with us live, though, go ahead and type your name in that chat. We would love to see who is out there with us. But before we move forward, we need to welcome Zach Horvath back in the building. What is up, brother?
What up? Yeah, happy to be live. We're doing it live again. This is a new status quo, I think, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Captain. But yeah, we're going to be doing it live. We love being able to interact with you, and we also love being able to just talk freely about the news and however long we go. And
dude,
it'll live on YouTube here. So just, we're happy to have you, and we're happy to talk Star Wars.
Absolutely. Well, listen, man, we got a lot of news, that fun news at least. It's not like last week, though. I mean, last week was intense. This week, it's a little more chill, a little more, I think we're going to have some just fun. There's nothing really else to say about it. But before we get there, I do want to mention a couple of things, and that is, number one, I appreciate and I am so thankful for all of these YouTube comments that we keep getting here and there on our YouTube videos. So special shout outs to the user named Lex, Rural Farm Boy. We see him all the time. We really appreciate your support, Royal Farm Boy. PS4 Gamer H14 and I Am Super Not. They have been the most recent people to comment on our content on YouTube, so I wanted to shout them out. We appreciate the support. Zach, you want to add anything to that?
Leave a comment. We love it. Thank you all for commenting, and a great shout out. We love you guys, and we love hanging out.
Absolutely. Well, listen, before we get to the news, one last thing off the top. It is the Bad Batch Eve. The Bad Batch Eve. And last week, man, we loved that episode. We had so much fun with it. And I think that, again, this is 2 weeks in a row now that I've made this prediction. Last week I was wrong. But this week I'm feeling so powerful in the Force right now with the fact that maybe Crosshair will come back. What say you, Zach? What say you?
I think you're on it, man. I think you're right on the pulse.
Let's go.
It would only make sense, right? We haven't seen this guy in, I feel like, 27 weeks.
Dude,
so
forever.
It's time to get Crosshair back. I want to see what he's doing. I want to see how he's, keeping up and how he feels about this commitment, and maybe something else is going on. We're going to see flashes of good Crosshair. I don't know, right? And I think this will be really fun to do on Thursdays now that we're doing them live. We can see how wrong we are,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And also see how right we are, maybe. So I'm excited to watch in the morning and get it going, and just come talk to you about it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, one other thing, though, I've noticed online with the Bad Batch, I don't know if you've seen this, Zach, but everyone is talking about your boy Cal Kestis somehow making an appearance. Have you seen that?
I have a little bit, and I saw a lot of the talk of the location we where they had the ships and stuff. But I don't know, man. I hope I want to see more Cal. I love that character. What a great reason to bring him into the show. Now, I mean, he would be like a kid at this point, right? I think that's how it falls in the game. He's a Padawan, I believe. Well, when his master gets taken down on Order 66.
You're right. For some reason, I was thinking at the beginning of the campaign it was Order 66, but really he just revealed that he was a Jedi, and that's why it all unfolded. Spoilers, sorry if you haven't checked out Jedi Fallen Order campaign.
That's right. Go freaking play it if you haven't played it. And if you have a PS5, they just did the free upgrade, and it is sick.
Sure.
But I want that. I want to see more Cal, and it goes back to what I always say, tying it all together. This is Star Wars. This is fun. I want to see people from movies and TV shows and video games and books mix and match them, right? Like, let's have some fun with it. You have a ridiculously large toy box.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dig into it with characters, honestly, that haven't gotten their fair share of crossovers.
Right.
If I'm being honest.
No, and that's a great point, and I think we might come back to that point with one of the rumors that's out there. We'll talk about that here in a second. But listen, let's do this. You know what? Let us know what your Bad Batch predictions are. Type them in that chat if you are here live. We would really love to just see those and read those here in a minute. But listen, let's do the news. We're here for the news. Let's get into the news. Zach is always our leader when it comes to the news. I can't wait to have this discussion. I'll go ahead and just give a little spoiler alert. We are going to get into, we have Loki mentioned in our title. We're going to get to that. We can't wait to talk about that. I know Zach is a Marvel guy, and every chance that I see Marvel somehow connecting to Star Wars, because I know that's one of your passions, we try to do that here. So I can't wait to get to that conversation. But anyway, we got some things to do before we get there. Zach, why don't you take the reins? Take the reins.
All right. Oh, I got them. Number one on the list. We're gonna just go through them like we normally do. So numero uno, Obi-Wan Kenobi set images have leaked. Here we go. Star Wars leaking. And I just want to note, like, if you want to go see these images, just go look them up. We don't want to, show them or anything like that. If you want to steer clear, that's cool. But we are going to talk about them a little bit non-spoilery.
Right.
So let's get into it. And in our notes here, we have that Lucasfilms needs to invest in wind-resisting trash bags. 100%. 100%.
All I'll add to that is like those trash
another
bags.
Point.
Sorry, I think we just lagged there for a little bit. But what I was going to say was those trash bags, man, that was just hysterical to me.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
But what I will say about the leaks, and I'll give you my takes first. The first ones I saw were of Varma. Indira Varma.
Indira Varma. Yes. Game of Thrones. Correct.
That's right. Game of Thrones. I saw her leaks. Looks pretty awesome. I think she's going to be amazing in this role if she can, do what. What are you thinking over there?
No, I'm just trying to like somehow get into this conversation without getting spoilery.
Yeah. I think she's going to be amazing in this role that we might see her in. I'm really excited. However, you got to be pumped when you see some, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself, leaking out there. Now, I will say the leak isn't substantial, at least the one that I found, but I mean, it just gives you the feel seeing him back in this mode. What's your thoughts?
Absolutely. Well, all I'll say is I think Kenobi Ewan looks phenomenal, and I'm not even talking about just his Star Wars look, his gear. I'm just talking about Ewan himself. He looks the part. I have honestly 1,000% confidence in this show, and I honestly did not think that I was ever going to get to that point, because I know early on in Kenobi's production, like, people were going crazy about how, the script's horrible, we need to backtrack, we're in trouble here. But man, all these things that I keep hearing, we keep leaking, and unfortunately anyway, leaking. It looks great. We know Deborah Chow is helming the project.
I love her, by the way.
We know who's in her court. We know that Favreau and Filoni have worked with her in The Mandalorian. So I cannot wait to see this show. But like you said, my takeaways with that, Ewan looks phenomenal. And yes, Indira Varma, the role that she's going to play, I'm sure that she will, again, non-spoilery, I'm sure she'll do great. She's just a good talent regardless.
Yeah, I agree. But one thing I want to bring up is these leaks, man. They're ridiculous. We've gone over it. I swear we talk about it every week.
Oh, we talk about it every week with
there's
Andor.
A new leak. Dude, what are they doing? I don't understand. They're just getting photos all the time. I don't know. Half of me is like, oh, that's cool. We get a little peek. But more than half of me, that's more than 100%. Yeah. But more than half of me is, bummed. I am a little bummed.
Yeah.
Do you get bummed by leaks?
Oh, absolutely. It's like a win-lose situation. It's a win on our part as a Star Wars content discussion creator, whatever, in our space. It's great for us because we get to talk about it and we get to have fun conversations. But on the flip side, as a creator, they have this intent of this is the first time you're going to see this character in their gear. That is the moment that we as fans should really look forward to and be appreciative of. Now, I'm very appreciative of seeing these images, don't get me wrong. And again, it's really fun to see. Yeah. But it does take you away from that moment, I guess, a little bit. I'm going all dark side here on us already, but I really think that's just the case. I mean, imagine if you haven't seen season 2 of The Mandalorian, I'm going to say a spoiler here. Imagine if we had gotten word that Luke Skywalker was going to be in that finale before we saw it. It would not have been as gut-wrenching or emotional or incredible like it was. So I'm really hoping that while, yes, costumes and everything's not a big deal, I'm really hoping that we don't get outside of that, because I know with Andor we're getting a ton of costume and set leaks. I hope that doesn't start with Kenobi.
So shout out to the chat here. Old DJ saying they're letting the attention be drawn to them to create hype. You are probably not wrong.
That's
if
fair.
I'm being honest. Because we know they can do it, right? We know Luke Skywalker, perfect example. We know they can keep a secret. And is it harder with your main character? I mean, sure, but we have movies made all the time where we don't see these leaks that are just pouring out of every single Star Wars franchise, I guess you could say, series.
Right.
It's weird that it's every single one of them.
Well, and I think, too, it's interesting. Maybe they don't have all their ducks in a row on this, because this is the most, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the most that Lucasfilm has had project-wise worked on at the same time. Ever. I mean, we got all these Star Wars shows, we got Indiana Jones, we got Willow, we got all of these different Lucasfilm IPs that are in development, and maybe they just aren't used to having to keep all of these different projects wrapped up tight all at once. And even speaking of that, Indiana Jones leaks come out, and honestly, I feel like maybe that was definitely on purpose, because that has got people talking about that film like crazy.
Well, because no one thought they were actually going to make it, right? And they're like, "Oh, don't worry, we are. Look, here's Indy. Boom." Yeah. And DJ says another thing. He says these leaks from Kenobi aren't the same as the Luke reveal, though. They're on different ends of the spectrum.
Correct.
That's fair.
Right.
Completely fair. But
yeah, I just don't want it to get to that point. I'm good with seeing what we're getting. I just don't want it to get to, like the Qui-Gon reveal. Or
your point
like
is that the leaks may, if we get so much of them, they'll start drawing away from the initial impact.
Correct.
Personally. Yeah. And that's how I feel as well. But again, I've told you about my wife. She could read the freaking whole story. She read the leak of Avengers Endgame before it came out. There was like a leak of the actual name, and they got everything right in there. She read it. Boom, 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 boom. And she loves the movie. She loved it. We went and saw it live. So I'm just the type of person who likes to keep it close to my chest and not know really anything.
True.
And and he agrees with us in the chat. He says the indie leaks are 100% happening on purpose.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, and great call. It worked. Of course, us being consumers are just everybody's, oh my God. Yep. Doing what we do. So
absolutely.
We'll move on. But anything else about Obi-Wan leaks in general?
Personally, again, it was great to see the leaks. It led to this great conversation. I kind of want to wait, though, to see more, because that's how I am as a consumer, I guess, until they release the trailer or an official image.
And DJ agrees. He says, for sure, I don't want the impact of a character's reveal to be ruined.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And hopefully my internet will get better, folks. I know I'm struggling.
No, you're good,
live
man.
Stream here.
You're good.
I got that. I'm out in the boonies, everybody. Come on. All right, here we go. Moving on. Number 2, Tamara Morrison, when speaking to Rotten Tomatoes, confirmed that director Robert Rodriguez will be returning to the Book of Boba Fett. He says, quote, They brought Robert back in to direct a few more. There's some wonderful directors involved. It's hard work now. What we do now, a whole new system with COVID in place, health and safety regulations. So I'll stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts? Robert Rodriguez being back, what do you think?
Well, for me personally, the Robert Rodriguez directed episode, Chapter 16, The Tragedy, was really almost perfect, honestly. The Boba Fett frames, the way that he was shot, the character as a whole, really made, for all the haters that have been out there for Boba Fett for so many years, like, oh, he just looks cool, he doesn't really do much. Robert Rodriguez made Boba Fett, Tamara Morrison's Boba Fett, do a whole ton, and it was great to see. And if he is bringing that same energy to the Book of Boba Fett, which I'm sure he's going to, nothing but good news, in my opinion.
It is the best we've ever seen Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're telling me he's coming back, that gets me even more excited, because I really truly believe this dude loves Boba Fett and he understands the character.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about it before, where in The Mandalorian behind the scenes, they show his homemade video of him using his action figures and stuff. If that ain't proof enough that this dude loves Star Wars and Boba Fett, wow, I loved it. And DJ says, I genuinely didn't think they could top Boba's return, and then we got Luke.
Yes.
Yep.
That's true.
It's so true. But Boba was even better than I thought he could be. Because like you said, we get all this hype of, oh yeah, he just looks cool. And then he proves why everyone fears this dude. And he just goes off on these stormtroopers. And what a good episode. I can't wait to see what Robert Rodriguez brings to the character in his own show and what he can show us. Maybe, obviously there'll probably be action, but maybe even more of the darker, Boba Fett doing Boba Fett stuff. You know what I'm saying?
When Boba Fett, and I don't know the correct term of this is just me connecting it to something I see almost every day. When Boba Fett just whacks that stormtrooper with his weed eater.
Dude,
that was freaking dark, man. The shattering of the helmet.
And, that's right. The helmet just goes flying. It's very visceral. That's the word I would use, is visceral.
Yeah.
And DJ says, #knee rockets. Yes. Give me all the rockets. Give me the gun. Give him back his little staff, just smoking dudes, because he is a beast.
Absolutely.
So, let's see. Last thing I kind of wanted to talk about on Book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Does this give any indication on the length of the season? Or, show, but maybe season 1, right?
Right.
Go back to last week's episode to learn our thoughts on that. But what do you think? He says some wonderful directors, and Robert's directing a few more.
Right.
What are we looking at?
That's why when I saw that quote, and again, you know how I am, I dive deep into these quotes. We try to dissect them every possible way that we can. When he says to direct a few more, that's the part where I was like, okay, can we somehow dig into this and see how many potential episodes we're going to get in the Book of Boba Fett? And I still keep coming back to the number 8. I think
8.
If they're saying that treat Book of Boba Fett as The Mandalorian 2.5, 2.5, I think that would make sense. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Marvel genius over there. Loki is 6 episodes, correct?
That's right. That's correct.
WandaVision was 9?
No idea.
And what about Falcon?
No idea. I don't remember.
Oh, well. But
I don't want to lie. They were all under 10, I'm pretty dang sure.
Right.
So they were all around that 6 to 8 to 9, I think, is what they all kind of fell on.
And I'm trying to just mentally think about.
Now let me look. You keep talking. I'm gonna look.
I'm just trying to mentally connect if Disney is. If they've done it with Marvel, maybe they would be more willing to try a different episode number for a live action show. Obviously, so far we've only gotten The Mandalorian, which has been consistently 8 episodes, which I would expect that to continue. I don't know if that's just like a Mandalorian template or if that's going to apply to every other live action show that they do. But again, I'm still leaning toward 8 episodes only because that Collider report last week that said treat it as Mando 2.5.
Yeah, and Falcon and Winter Soldier was 6. WandaVision was 9, so we were right on it, 6 and 9.
Okay.
And then Loki will be 6.
So they're comfortable with that 6 number, and I know that was a number that we initially thought with Book of Boba.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was reading about the old Falcon Winter Soldier. I wanted to make sure I was right. DJ said we're 8 each, but I think they were. Oh, there he said goes. JK. And also, we didn't bring it up that the only R-rated Star Wars project that he'd be cool with is Boba Fett anything. And if they, lean into TVMA, that is enticing, man.
It is.
TVMA, because I don't know the differences in rated R versus TVMA, if I'm being completely honest with you. However, man, I would be, you guys know me. Look at behind me, okay? I'm dark side here. I would be so into a TVMA Book of Boba Fett episode, but it's not gonna happen.
Right. No, it'd be cool for me, but when I try to remove myself from me sometimes and think, consumer, I guess. I just never see an avenue of Star Wars being portrayed to where a kid couldn't watch it.
Well, they all. I mean, George says, and now Dave says all the time, "This is for kids. It's for kids. It's for kids."
But I agree. I mean, Boba Fett as TVMA or R would be phenomenal.
Well, shoot, they wouldn't even in the freaking Jedi Fallen Order. They wouldn't even let you slice arms off with lightsabers. That you could do that to the dang spider things, but you couldn't do it to stormtroopers. Like how sick. I mean, that just I don't know. That makes sense to me. But hey, I don't own the brand, so. You guys do what you want to do.
Right.
That's where we sit on Robert Rodriguez. Super excited. If you guys haven't seen the video of him playing with Baby Yoda on the guitar, go watch it.
You'll love it. Video.
You will love it.
As a fellow attempter of playing the guitar, what a phenomenal video.
Oh, I love that video. And DJ says 6 is enough for Marvel, to be honest. They have a lot coming down the pipe in the next year, and all these shows are just setups for what's coming. Right. I mean, it's MCU, right? It's kind of a different branding than Star Wars, because Star Wars, we're now knowing it's the Mandoverse or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But they're not to the point yet where they start drawing on each other like MCU style, where Loki, if you haven't watched Loki, I mean, you're talking heavy connections. So he said, DJ says Star Wars definitely for kids, but even if they go R-rated or TVMA, it can only be done with Boba Fett or Acolyte.
Or Acolyte. Nice plug.
Or Acolyte.
Nice plug, man. Bring that sucker up every chance you get.
Yeah. Well, you gotta go dark side. We gotta go R-rated R, baby. I want to see you force crunching fools.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
But we won't get it. That's okay. And that's okay. We still love Star Wars here. All right. Number 3, Barriss Offee.
I'm surprised you said that, Craig, man. I know you haven't seen Clone Wars.
Boom. A former Jedi who appeared in the Clone Wars and Attack of the Clones is rumored to return to Rosario Dawson's led Disney Plus series, Ahsoka. And that comes from the Illuminati. Sorry. And what's your thoughts?
I think it would be really cool. It would be a phenomenal connection. And again, you talked about this at the beginning of the episode, where Star Wars is one of those things where especially now that Dave has that new title, where all of these big connections that they keep making from project to project, this is one of those that would be really interesting to see. However, it's not something that I absolutely have to see, but it'd be pretty cool. Now, I know, Zach, you haven't seen this Clone Wars arc where Barriss Offee's character comes into play, so I don't really want to dive into spoilers because I don't want to take you away from that moment that you would have. But needless to say, she is very instrumental in Ahsoka falling away from the Jedi, to where that would be a very interesting dynamic to
is she Gray Jedi or something?
Oh no, she's not. She's not Gray Jedi. But gosh, I don't want to go into spoilers. She is, when you meet her, she's gonna be a Jedi. but some things go down. But I'll leave it at that.
Okay, fair.
But regardless, if she comes into Ahsoka, like I said, it would be really cool for them to dive into that a little bit more. And outside of that, but again, like I said, I don't need it, but it'd be cool. What do you think as somebody that has not seen the Clone Wars?
Sure, I'm in. Bring her in. As long as it's story. I don't want some stupid like plug for no reason. That's all I gotta say on it. Really is make it story based, and if it's, I don't want it to be some heavy ham-fisted dumb thing. Like make it, and I think they'll do that. Don't get me wrong. But just do it. If you're gonna do it right. And DJ says he's all in for Barriss Offee. Oh wait, did I say it wrong?
No, you got it, man. You got it.
Awesome character. My headcanon says she was recruited by Emperor Palpatine to train future Inquisitors. I love that word, by the way.
Inquisitors.
Inquisitor.
Man, you would hear that word so much if you watched Rebels.
I love Inquisitors. I just like that word a lot. And he yells at me and says, watch Clone Wars.
Yeah, everyone, if you're in the live chat or if you are watching on the playback, comment and say, watch Clone Wars, Zach. Let's go.
Yeah, yell at me. Put it on the daggum list, man. The list is just of TV shows I need to watch. I'm going to watch it, folks. I'm going to watch it. I've already said it. I've got a baby on the way, so I'm going to have hours and hours of my life awake at like 2 a.m. So that's a good time to watch Clone Wars.
What a better show to introduce your newborn baby to.
Yep.
Than Clone
Wars. Well, Avery, our first one, she got introduced to Harry Potter because I had never watched Harry Potter before. So we watched all the Harry Potter movies. It was actually very, very cool.
That is cool, man.
And now he's saying to watch Rebels. That's on the list as well. Don't you worry. Clone Wars and Rebels. So they're coming. Can't give you a timeline, but we are going to make it part of the show. I know we're going to do that.
Right. I think that'll be really cool. That'll be really cool to see, me again, I've seen Rebels multiple times, but admittedly, I've not gone back to watch Clone Wars multiple times. It's just, for me, it feels like a daunting task, and I don't know why. I love the Clone Wars, but for me, I just emotionally connected with Rebels' story more. So I get more enjoyment out of that, I think. But that might just be me. That might be a hot take. I don't know.
And he says real dads introduce their newborns to Star Wars. Big facts. 100%. Boom. Not that Harry Potter. Come on. We got to go Star Wars. But I think I started watching Clone Wars at some point. I feel like I remember Yoda doing something in the first episodes.
Yes, the first episode is heavy on Yoda. So that sounds like it. Yeah.
And then for some reason I didn't finish or keep going. I think something else came out. No, it was when we started this show. It was when we started this show. And I was like, man, I really need to like get up on this. And then it just, Bad Batch came out and here we are.
Sure. And now Marvel and everything else is just pushing out content again. Theaters are back. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
And he says rewatching Clone Wars is difficult because they aren't in chronological order.
Yes. 1,000%. For some reason, that mentally just is exhausting to me. I don't know why. I'm just like a linear.
Yikes.
I'm a linear dude.
Yeah, give me the lines, baby.
Hey, okay. But you can find an article online that'll instruct you on how to watch it in order. So, I need to.
And if I'm being completely honest, it may turn into that where I do that chronologically.
Well, that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting.
I don't know. Maybe that's the experiment we should do.
Maybe.
Let us know.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Number 4 on the list. Are you done talking about old Barriss?
I'm done talking, man.
All right, cool. So I didn't want to cut you off, Number 4. We're getting into it, folks. Disney has adjusted their weekly release schedules for Disney Plus originals from Friday to Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Some might say controversial.
That is, for me, I'm very upset about that, honestly. Because, again, I got really used to these happy Fridays. I don't have to worry about going to work the next day. I can stay up late and rewatch The Mandalorian as many times as I want to. We can immediately talk about it. We can record. We can push out our content. Same thing with WandaVision. I can rewatch that thing. Falcon Winter Soldier, you name it. Fridays is just beautiful for me. It's perfect, but I'm sure I'll adjust. But anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No, I have mixed feelings on it.
Yeah.
I I say mixed feelings because I'm used to the Friday schedule, and with Loki dropping on Wednesdays, it's actually been pretty refreshing to me.
Really?
Because it's middle of the week, and the middle of the week just sucks. Like it
gives you something to look forward to.
Yes, yeah. Like Tuesday night, I was like, "Oh, dude, Loki comes out tomorrow." Yes, and then Loki, and Wednesday hits, and then I'm watching Loki, and I'm like, "Dude, this is pretty awesome." That midweek, and then we can text and talk or whatever.
That's true.
And then honestly, for us, it works out good because then now Thursdays we can do news, and then Fridays, well, we could just do it all, honestly. But
right.
I'm torn. I'm torn is where I sit.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about some of the reasons we think, they might be doing this.
Right. Now our title of this stream was the impact Loki will have on Star Wars. We don't want to be clickbaity. Let's do this thing. Let's do it.
I mean, you can click. We want you to.
Yeah,
click,
that's true.
But,
that's true.
So number one on our list of reasons, why this prevents Disney and Netflix competition potentially. Now we know Netflix is pretty sporadic, and they're just dropping stuff left and right. You go on Netflix, there's like 14 new shows. You're like, what? Does this suck? It probably does. We don't know what's going on. So I'm happy to see Disney honestly kind of flexing their muscles a little bit and saying, yo,
you think
we're on Wednesdays. I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot that's gone into this. And I think Loki was the test, right? I mean, they didn't do it with WandaVision. They didn't do it with Falcon Winter Soldier. There's a reason that they waited until Loki for this.
Is there something that's coming out from Netflix or someone else right now on Fridays that might take away attention from Loki? Or is this really, like you said, just something that they have 100% confidence in Loki now? Or again, we even talked about how it was because the Bad Batch was coming out on Fridays and they didn't want to stack those.
Yes. I think that may have kind of, put them in a corner a little bit. However, I still think that Loki was the tester. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think that they just had this plan to do Wednesdays. Maybe they did, and that's why it's all coming out now.
Well, they didn't
because
sorry.
Well, I was going to say because of the reason we're about to say, where it prevents. So it coming out on Fridays, it may prevent them, or it'll have them all coming out at the same time. I don't know how I'm struggling over here. So the TV show and a new movie coming out on Fridays.
Right.
It keeps them away from that if they drop on Wednesdays. And I think that is the biggest reason. If I had to pick a reason, that would be why, because you don't want to, draw from your consumer base. And if you got an MC movie or MCU TV show, like She-Hulk comes out, and then I got to go watch Black Widow, like it's a lot of Marvel,
right?
So, or Star Wars or anything. So if you drop on Wednesday, people are already at their house anyways. Boom, you drop on Wednesday. Oh man, I forgot we got Black Widow coming out on Friday. Boom, we go watch the movie. Right. Man, I think that is the biggest reason.
There's a lot of different things in there that I kind of am thinking about. So number one, with Netflix, let's point out too that Netflix is still doing content dump. Like when they release stuff, it's like the people that are diehard fans. Like for example, for me, the first thing that comes in my mind is The Witcher. When they dump that show, I'm probably going to try to watch as many episodes as possible in one sitting.
I will binge watch that.
If that happens, that's going to take someone's weekend away from coming over and checking out The Mandalorian or Ahsoka or any show that they might put out on a Friday if they were to have continued that release schedule. So I think that decision is also something that might come into effect, that Netflix dumps all of their content to where it really keeps their consumers there for that entire day or next couple of days, to where they're too busy to go over and watch the new episode of so-and-so. I think that's one thing that I think about when it comes to the Netflix thing. Secondly, about the film thing, 100% correct. Of them releasing films on Fridays, it would not make sense at all for them to stack those. But back to their decision or their plan as far as Wednesdays, I think it's evident that it wasn't their plan, because it was, a month and a half before Loki came out that they were like, Wednesdays are the new Fridays with that Tom Hiddleston little video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I
mean, but you got to know, this is Disney we're talking about.
That's true.
If it's Kevin Feige,
he's always got a plan.
This dude knew like 4 years ago, like we're dropping on Wednesdays for Loki.
Right.
He may have been doing that. We don't know, but it just, I'm torn. But the more I think about it, the more I'm into it, in thinking that movies are going to be dropping on Fridays. Now, obviously not every Friday,
right?
But
right.
Once these movies start dropping more regularly, I won't have to make a choice that, oh, well, I'm going to go home and watch that, or I'm going to go to the movies.
No,
so it's just a thing, and they don't want to cannibalize their own business. So why not drop on Wednesdays? And going into the biggest game changer of this is Loki is the most watched Disney Plus premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this isn't a Marvel show, folks. Don't worry. We're not talking about Marvel deeply. We're talking about how this affects Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And what I just said affects Star Wars because bringing in subscribers, more people to watch Star Wars equals more Star Wars stuff. So if you're listening now and you're like, dadgum, this dude goes on about Marvel a lot. It's more about Disney Plus. If you said this dude goes on about Disney Plus a lot, it's true. Because it's so important for this to keep going in the same trajectory that it's going. It's a win for all of us. I was blown away that Loki is the most watched Disney Plus premiere yet. I really thought it would probably be Falcon Winter Soldier just because of MCU power and all this, right? But no, Loki. I can't believe it. And I am so happy for it. The hype behind Loki has been real. Episode 2 is even better than daggum episode 1.
Yeah,
and I can't
you're
wait.
Not wrong.
I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking on Loki here, but it's just, man, I can't wait for episode 3.
Right.
And it's just so good for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
That means more people have Disney Plus. That means more people are going to watch a Book of Boba Fett, I believe. Yeah. Because why not? I watch stupid stuff on Disney Plus all the time because I just have it. I watch the new freaking Mighty Ducks show, and it's good. It's like, man, I just think it's a win for all of us, and I'm excited. What's your thoughts on Loki so far and Disney Plus numbers?
Well, for me, the Disney Plus numbers definitely speaks to more subscribers, more eyeballs on Star Wars. That is the biggest impact that Loki is going to have on our franchise that, for me, I love more than any franchise out there. Secondly, though, and something that we can just go ahead and dive into, let's point out Loki's showrunner, is Michael Waldron. Let's not forget, Deadline, I think, came out a few months ago and reported that Michael Waldron is writing Kevin Feige's Star Wars film. That, to me, is the most exciting thing that I could hear right now after watching the first 2 episodes of how phenomenal Loki have been. And rightfully so, Loki's premiere is right up my alley. I mean, that's the sci-fi, and I don't want to get into spoilers because, I don't know if all of you listening or watching have seen Loki, but regardless, the sci-fi of all of it is very up my lane, and if Michael Waldron can bring that brain into the script that he writes for Kevin Feige's produced Star Wars film, sign me up. I'm there. I'm getting the first ticket I can to go see that movie when it finally happens, probably 5 to 6 years from now. I can't wait to see it, though. Can't wait.
That is a great point. I mean, this dude in 2 episodes has proven he's got chops, man. I don't know I won't lie, I don't know his history of what he's done in the past, but Kevin Feige's just got it.
Yeah, he does.
Can pick them out of a freaking haystack, man. He picks those needles out like crazy. This dude is, he's due up. I don't understand how he keeps doing it. I mean, and DJ, I want to, bring it up in the live chat here. And for all you watchers, feel free to jump in the live chat, just like DJ. We want to talk to you guys. So DJ says people will subscribe to Disney for Marvel and find Star Wars.
Yes, that's
exactly
a great point. It's going to bring new fans to the franchise.
And he says, as time goes on, new fans will continually come to Star Wars because of the subscription. That's right. Mm-hmm. And if I wasn't on this show and I didn't have Disney Plus, I'm not getting Disney Plus because of Bad Batch.
No,
okay,
that's a good point. That's fair.
I'm not.
Fair.
However, I got Disney Plus, so I'm going to watch Bad Batch. And here we are. It's a perfect example of Disney Plus opening up opportunities to watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
For us as consumers, that's a good thing.
You
got Michael Waldron on there. This dude can freaking write.
Yeah.
So give me Kevin Feige's film. I can't wait. That gets me even more excited. I think you texted me right after the Loki episode 2 and was like, dude, Waldron's writing Feige's film. And I was like, oh, yes, thank you. Because it's so well written. And if he can do this with what's happening in Loki and handle it, I can't wait to see what he can do with Star Wars.
Yes, 100%, dude. I'm serious, man. You knocked that out. I knew bringing in this Marvel conversation was going to get you fired up, and here we are.
Oh, yeah. It gets me riled up in a good way, excited because it's going so well with these MCU, honestly, beta tests, right? Yeah. We didn't know how this was going to go. We didn't know if Marvel MCU could handle a TV show in 6 hours or 9 hours of content.
Sure.
It's a lot different than a movie. But man, so far they're freaking knocking it out of the park. And
one other thing that I just thought of, them switching to Wednesday for all of their original series. I know one thing that we had always talked about was, will Disney ever be willing to stack their Star Wars and their Marvel projects on top of each other? Does this completely rule that out now? If they're sticking to that one day, that one Wednesday release, doesn't that for me, or doesn't that for you at least, just prevent that from ever happening?
At least the phrasing they used, I think it does.
Okay.
I think you're right. I think it allows them or it makes them to, stagger the releases.
Yeah.
But we're seeing it right now with Bad Batch and Loki. They're dropping at the same time.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Who's to say they don't go when Mandalorian comes out in 2027 and they say, all right, it's Mandalorian Fridays, baby.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
I don't know.
That's a good point. Well, I mean, that's all of our news. I mean,
that's right.
We had a ton there. Great discussions. Again, I knew as soon as we brought Loki up that it was going to be a great conversation. But we're not done. We do have one other thing that we would like to do, but I'm going to need to pass it to Zach again on this because my screen that I have my notes up just disappeared. So, Zach, you're going to have to take the wheel on our last thing as well, man. You're just like the Han Solo tonight.
Oh,
I got it, baby. This is like the Falcon, man. I don't even know what our stream looks like. I hope it looks great. I hope you're
watching it.
Those I got of you the that live. Are watching.
I got the chat open. Come on. Here we go. We're loving the live. And we hope you guys do too. Let us know what you think on this live stream. Hey, obviously, you can tell it's a lot more free. We're a little more goofy. It's just a good time.
You probably hear me fumble over words.
You hear some stumbling. You catch me freeze framing with my junk internet. Don't you? That's right. All right. We're going to do a new section for these live streams.
Yeah.
And it's going to be called just Discord questions, as bluntly as I can put it.
That was great. That's a good title.
So, Discord questions. Yeah. So the way you do it, join our Discord. It's free.
Click the link.
Join the Discord in the link. Yeah, we'll both do it in the link. And come join us. Ask us questions. Star Wars, whatever you want. And we will pick the ones, as many as we can, and we'll go through and try to answer them. So we had some questions from our boy, Rebel Scum Texan. Shout out. Boom,
Rebel
boom.
Scum Texan.
What up?
And listen, man, Rebel Scum Texan dropped a lot of questions, man.
He did.
We appreciate it. That gives us a lot of questions to answer.
They're great questions. Now, we are only going to touch 3 of them.
Yes.
We've been streaming for like 45 minutes. So we're going to touch 3. So first question from old RST. Who would win in a fight between Chopper and a battle-ready Gungan soldier? Keller, on you.
I'm definitely going to have to be the one to answer this question because, again, Zach has not seen Rebels, and that's what Chopper is.
I'm not sure what a chopper is.
Dude, he's a
Get
droid.
to the chopper.
He's a droid.
I got that.
Listen, well, obviously I'm not going to have competition with this. Actually, you know what? Because I've seen Rebels, I'm going to make an argument for Chopper. You'll take the Gungan. How about that? Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Chopper all the way, only because I love him from Rebels.
Boo! I'm going with the Gungan because I kind of know what that is, and it's a soldier, so that sounds like they can do something with weapons. Well, I don't know.
In Rebels, Chopper is always getting into situations. He's really Rebels' version of R2, if I could explain it to you in the simplest of terms. And for me, as a kid, I love the Gungan stuff. Don't get me wrong. I still love Gungans. They're just too goofy. Well, Chopper's goofy too. Man, I don't even know. I'm talking myself out of this question. I'm still sticking with Chopper.
You're going Gungan. Come on. We got to. DJ says, I've legit wanted an answer on this question for a while. Well, your answer, sir, is the soldier. All right.
I'll concede. I'll concede. But
somebody tweet Dave. Somebody tweet Dave and ask him. All right.
Sure.
I need an answer.
Yeah, sure. But I'll use this again as a plug. Check out Rebels if you haven't, Zach.
Oh, yeah. Who? No, it's fine. All right. So you got your answer, Rebel Scum Texan. From the source, the guy who doesn't know a lot about Star Wars lore. Boom. All right. Next question, number 2. Jedi cloak or Calrissian cape?
Dude, I'm going Jedi cloak all day, every day. I mean, I could wear, you're getting to know me a little bit here. I could wear a robe all day, every day, if I could.
Yeah.
Even if it's 90 degrees, burning up outside. Now, granted, I wouldn't wear it outside, but I'm saying, like, inside, anytime I'm out of the heat, I would wear that robe any chance I get. And I know in Star Wars they are definitely not as thick as, the robes that we're thinking of. But the Jedi cloak, 1,000%. Now, don't get me wrong, though. That Calrissian cape has a lot of swagger that would be really cool to carry.
Yeah, but you got to carry it though. You got to be able to handle the swag, and I just don't. I don't think I can. Number one,
no, buddy.
Oh, dude, that was good, man. That was so good. I try
so hard with these impressions, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
I thought you did like a sound bite. That's what that sounded like right there. That was that good. I'll give you a shout. But I'm going Jedi cloak as well. I mean, probably. I don't want to. It's probably pretty obvious. We're Jedi around here, so we got to wear cloaks.
That's true.
But I just don't think I could pull the swag of the cape. I wish I could. I just don't think I can. So I'll just go with some sick freaking cloak action. I'm in.
Agreed.
As simple as that.
Agreed. And so, I don't know if I'm tall enough to rock a cape, honestly.
Well, I don't know. I think you could. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Put in the comments. Jedi cloak or cape, and tell us why. We got to know why. This is like math class. You got to prove your answer. Okay.
Absolutely. Agreed.
All right. Last question of the night, and we're going to let you guys go. Would you rather visit Galaxy's Edge in California or visit Galaxy's Edge in Florida? This is a great question because I have no idea what the differences are.
Right. I don't know personally what the differences are either. I've always assumed they're the same thing. Only one of them's got is probably a little cooler. I'm assuming California would be a little cooler, more frequently throughout the year.
Less humid, probably.
Yeah, less humid is probably the better word. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. And then Florida, I don't know. I've always thought they were the same thing. Are they not?
I have no clue. I just assume they are as well. So I'm going Florida because it's closer.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I'm pretty excited about this, and I don't even know if Zach knows about this.
Oh, I don't. Say it.
We're planning to go next spring in Florida. So I'm picking Florida. And you know what? If everybody out there listening or watching wants to see Mando Talk shoot some footage and have some fun with it, obviously Zach wouldn't be there. I mean, we could get you through Zoom or something. I don't know, but I think that'd be
green
cool.
screen in front of it. But no, dude, go make like a vlog or something. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think you should do it because I mean, I've vlogged some like family trips when we did our honeymoon. I did like a vlog that I obviously did not like post, but I did. And it makes it so fun because we went back and watched it a couple months ago of our honeymoon. And it's just like, man, that was so awesome.
Yeah,
we did an 8-day cruise and it was amazing.
There you go. Well, I can't wait to do that. So I'm going to, I have to pick Florida then because obviously that's something that I'm looking forward to.
Dude, you should do that, man. I'm excited for you. I did not know that. This is genuine excitement. I want you to go. I want to see what it's like. I don't know anyone who has went. So I really want
we need to have a Mando Talk podcast episode about it. Sounds like
it sounds like it.
No,
I need a vlog.
I was telling a joke to my wife about it, and I was like, you know what? I need to have these Mando Talk business cards made and just plant them across Galaxy's Edge while I'm there.
100%. You can go on Vistaprint and get them for like $20 and get like 7 million of them. Yeah. So go do that. You should seriously, you should do that, man.
Probably get kicked out. I'd be carried out by stormtroopers, man.
Nah, I'd be like, dude, I don't know. I just picked it up. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, well, Mando Talk. That sounds like a good podcast. I don't know. But you should go. So Florida's our answer. Just because you're going, hopefully, and I will be going at some point. Right. I'm gonna have to justify it with the family here. Yeah. But you better believe we're going. Yeah. And I can't wait to show the kids and get them to experience it. I've never been to Disney World.
Right. Me
or
either.
Disneyland or whatever one it is.
And that really is like the motivation behind why we're making the plans is because I've never been, and my wife's family is wanting me to experience it before we have kids.
Yeah.
Because I probably act too much like a kid the whole time. So
my a guy I used to work with, he went for their honeymoon. They went to Disney World and he loves it. I think he's been like 2 or 3 times after. And my wife has been. So I can't wait to go and experience it with Avery and Jackson and just cry with them and love every part of it because I'm a kid, as you guys can tell. Yeah. So, long story short, Florida. Thank you for the questions, Rebel Scum. Yeah. You guys come join our Discord. We want your questions. We want, we just bring them in and we'll get to as many as we can in our live stream, but agreed. I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that is all we got, and I think we've gone the perfect distance as far as time goes. But I will say one plug for those of you that are watching this still or replaying it. The Bad Batch quick spoiler takeaways, I'll be doing a video over that fresh in the morning tomorrow on Friday. So I can't wait to see that episode. I can't wait to share my initial thoughts. But again, as always, we will have our heavy spoiler discussion coming to you on Monday at 6 a.m. Central Time, either on YouTube, podcasts, wherever you get us. You take in Mando Talk content. We'll be there. And we appreciate it. We appreciate the support, regardless, again, where you're getting us. The comments, the Discord, everything. It's just
and thank you for watching with us today. It says, there's 6 of you watching currently.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome. Thank you.
What up, Filthy
What
Six?
up? What up? You lasted the whole time. Good job.
We appreciate it.
Seriously, thank you all very much. And we're excited to keep doing this. I can't wait to do this every week. It gives me something even more to look forward to. It's just exciting stuff coming out of Mando Talk.
Gosh. And if you enjoyed your time, share it with a friend. Let's keep growing this thing. Let's get bigger and bigger. And I think it'll get a better experience for all the above, us and you guys.
I agree. So, share it, subscribe, share, like. We got to say all this stuff. All the at things. Mando Talk on the socials.
All the things.
Boom.
All right. Well, listen, all right. Let's get out of here. Zach, I appreciate you hopping on and doing this with me. As always, I can't wait to hear from you again about the Bad Batch. We get to do it here soon.
I'll be back.
All right, let's get out of here. We hope those of you watching have a great weekend. I'll catch you tomorrow on our quick spoiler takeaway of The Bad Batch. But until next time, we have spoken.